Good evening and welcome to the Strawberry Patch. I'm Carol Long and I have a special guest, another one of our board members. This is Michael Livesey, and we're going to talk in just a minute, but I always want to give our first few minutes to our sponsors because they're very, very important. You would not be seeing these strawberry patches without the cooperation of MSVI, which is Channel 3 television access channel here in Buckhannon. And also want to thank Tennerton Auto for sponsoring some of the strawberry patches. And if you have a need for car repair, maybe you've had a wreck and you need your car towed, or maybe you need it inspected, just some need that you have for your vehicle, Joe Jeffries and his crew will take care of you. They're in Tennerton, and their phone number is 304-472-2174. And they are in Tennerton, right across from the middle school on the Tolmansville Road. So we want to thank them for helping to sponsor. This is probably the fifth or sixth year maybe that Tennerton Auto has been a sponsor of the Strawberry Patch. So we thank you folks up at Tennerton Auto for supporting us. Michael.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been on the board?
Well, I'm starting my second year. This is year number 2 on the board. I enjoy every single minute of it. It's honestly a 365-day a year process
Sure is.
of planning. Once the previous year's festival is over, June, we have our elections, have our new board meeting, and then we begin planning for the next one.
Mm-hmm. I found out some important things, and I want you to share that with our viewers, how you got involved and who are some of the folks in your family that have been involved. And it goes clear back to Grandma?
It goes clear back to my grandma, Mary Young Thorpe. She was an advisor to the Queen's Court in the 1960s and in the 1970s. My mom was a princess, and in the 1990s my sister competed in the junior royalty, and she was also hostess princess last year for our festival. So lifelong event. Like I said, I'm from here. I have lots of family from here, and the festival is near and dear to our heart. There are just so many things that I can think of, and it's a good time. With the Grand Feature Parade, my family would watch it up at Sarah Russmeisel's, and now that we watch it down at Dr. Frank and Nina Scatterigia's.
That's along the parade route.
Right on Kanawha Hill. Actually, I've been around the festival my entire life. I've enjoyed going to all the events, all the different parades, the food court, watching the entertainment. It's always special too, because our festival is very special and unique, and that I feel it's a homecoming for people that are from here.
There are folks who have grown up in Buckhannon but maybe haven't had a chance to come back.
Right.
And they find this is a time for a vacation.
Exactly. And come back to see old friends and make new ones.
And our festival starts on May the 9th. And so maybe some of these folks would come in that weekend because it's Mother's Day weekend. Right. So we have our horse and carriage parade on the 9th, and this is what, the fourth one? Third or fourth. And it has really become very popular.
Popular event.
So we have some really neat. We have a lot of good groups that are coming in. We'll talk about that as we move through the strawberry patches. What are some of the things that you're doing this year with the Strawberry Festival?
Well, I'm helping with, of course, the courthouse entertainment and the open case performances and the Grand Feature Parade and the other 2 parades, Junior Royalty and the Firemen's. So I'm actively involved on several of the committees, and like I said, I'm enjoying every single minute of it. You learn something new every day.
Oh, it doesn't matter how long you work with the festivals. I have been here for quite a few years. You always learn something new, and sometimes you have to change things that have to be tweaked a little bit
to make the festival better.
But I think we have kept the traditions of the festival, and we have strawberry things that folks come in and have berries judged. We have the Sweetest Berry Contest, which is done by 12-year-olds, and Dr. Reed organizes those folks, and they come in on Friday and do the Sweetest Berry. You should come up to the courthouse. It's free. We have that at 3 o'clock, and then followed at 4 with the strawberry auction, and these are our strawberry growers that come in. And we also have the CEO's basket competition. So those are auctioned off, and then our judges for the recipe contest come up and they do beautiful, beautiful desserts that are auctioned off. So you can take some food home and some strawberries, and you can share them with your family that's coming in for the homecoming.
That's right. That's right.
So we're sort of working together on the courthouse, and so at this point, would you like to give an invitation for some folks to participate with that?
Yes, if there are any groups out there that would be interested in providing some entertainment on the courthouse steps or with our open case performances, we would be glad to have you. You can call the festival office here at 304-472-9036 or Carol Long at 304-472-2191, or myself, you can email me at m-levacy@hotmail.com.
And that's 3 sources to get you on our schedule. We already have a few, but we still have some open slots for the courthouse entertainment. We don't pay anybody, and you
Right.
don't have to pay a fee, but it's a really good place to showcase your singing or your group's picking or whatever. And I think we also have
Strawberry Idol goes on there
Oh
too.
yeah, Strawberry Idol's a very important thing, and that goes back to one of the things that we talked about on another program. You know, we have some ways to have you contact us, and one is www.wvstrawberryfestival.com, and you can go in there and it'll show you different places to check in, and you can get applications for Strawberry Idol or for any of the parades for arts and crafts.
Yes.
I'm sure there's other things, whatever you're interested in. Maybe some of the sports events, you can get applications for those.
Yes.
We have 2 strawberry runs this year. We
The
have
new one, it's new this year.
We have the fitness center in Tennerton is going to put together a 5K run, and that will be at 6 o'clock on Friday evening, right before the Fireman's Parade.
Right.
And they're going to be congregating over at Wesley and in front of Wesley Chapel at the nice big fountain that you see there. And they'll be running through the parade route. Hopefully that's going to be the route.
Yes.
But, and then they will take care of signing you up. We'll find out more about that as we go. And then is Dr. John still working with the Strawberry Run?
I'm not sure.
I know we have someone that's putting together the Strawberry Run. That's about a mile, I think,
And
and
it's
all
right
ages.
before the Grand Feature Parade on Saturday.
And that's at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
And they register usually 10 or 11 o'clock that morning at the Academy School. But there's applications on all of these things. If you're interested in participating, you can go onto that website and you can go in and get your application. Now, make sure you do this procedure. When you go in, you can find the application, pull it up, then print it off, but mail it back. You know, because there's times when it doesn't get to us, and then you're left out, and we don't know that you've even tried to do it. So you need to mail it back to the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, Post Office Box 117, Buchanan, West Virginia 26201, and that'll make sure that we get it.
Right.
And we are also asking for folks who have vehicles, especially convertibles, because we have some really special folks that come
Yes.
in for the festival, and we call them VIPs.
Yes.
And they need a ride in something special where they can be seen, and this gives you a chance to show off your vehicle as well.
Right.
So if you call that festival office number, 304-472-9036, tell us that you're interested in participating on any of the 3 parades,
Exactly,
right?
right.
And that way then you can bring your car and have it all spruced up. You can take somebody for a ride through the parade route, and you get some attention as well.
Yes. Yes, we're always looking for vehicles for the
Right.
parades.
And talking about vehicles, do you know a little bit about what's going on Main Street on Wednesday night
Yes,
festival week?
Wednesday night, it's the 2nd year for this event. It's a classic car cruise-in sponsored by, I believe, the North
It's
Central
West Virginia.
Classic Car Club. Yes, and it will be on Main Street Wednesday evening at 5 p.m., starting when the cars will start rolling into town. And it's just a nice event. You can stroll up and down Main Street, look at all the different kinds of cars that all the car gurus bring in, and it's
There's
just a very nice
entertainment.
time. Yes.
We'll have entertainment down at the food court, which is just a little walking distance. In fact, you probably just go around the corner if you're
Right.
visiting some of these cars. And you can go down there, get you something to eat,
and
listen to
enjoy
the
the music.
music, and we'll have, I don't know if we're going to have music on Main Street. They might have a DJ or something.
Possibly. The details are still being worked out.
But that begins at 6, doesn't it, or is it 5:30? 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
Yes.
If you come down, there might be some here at 5:30, but I think it officially starts at 6. And that was a big thing last year. We really enjoyed that. It had a lot. It's funny when you're working with the festival and you're going to these different events. There are different people at every event. You know, some are car enthusiasts, some like animals, some like sports, and we do have some sports events. I know we have a canoe race. Can you tell us about the canoe race? It's on
I believe it's
Sunday.
the Sunday, the last day of the festival. And I believe the name of it is the Jack Barker Annual
Correct.
Canoe Race. It's held over at the Buchanan Riverwalk Trail, where that's where I believe the canoeists will will start, unload and everything. And then what time does it start?
It starts at noon, I believe.
Yes, and it starts at noon, and it's a very nice race.
And we also have road bowling.
Uh-huh.
So that's something else you can check out, and they give some special awards for the team that does the best at
Yes.
bowling. We also have 2 events for horses besides the horse and carriage parade. And I want to bring this to your attention because the first one is the miniature horse show, and they moved that to the first weekend of the festival, which will be May the 10th. It'll be at 10 o'clock at the Bennett Farm. And then at 1 o'clock is the horse pole.
Yes.
And so those 2 events are going to be on the same day this year instead of a week apart. So that's a change. And we've talked about a couple other changes. We're moving the coronation back to Wednesday Festival Week. It will be at Wesley Chapel, West Virginia Wesleyan College. That's at 7 p.m.
And it's one of my favorite parts of the festival. It's just a beautiful moment.
It is. It's very, very much full of pageantry,
Yes.
and these little ones just make it. So the minor court is there, and they participate with the ribbons and with the crowns. And I'm not sure who's crowning yet. Do you know?
The details are still to be worked out with that.
But we'll let you know about that as well. So the opening ceremonies are going to stay on Saturday, May the 9th, and that will be at the courthouse this year at 12 o'clock. We had to make some changes last year because of the election day.
Yes.
But things are going back to the courthouse. Also on, is it Thursday that they have the children's events?
Children activities, yes.
And that's at
10 o'clock,
10
I
and
believe, at the
10:30.
courthouse.
10 is the little diaper derby,
Yes.
so you'll want to bring the little ones and sign them up for that. And then at 10:30 is the strawberry blonde.
Yes.
And then we have other events. After the parade on Friday night, we have the strawberry pie eating contest at the courthouse, and we have the best legs. Are you going to enter that?
Maybe, who knows?
And we also have the best legs. I think strawberry blonde isn't there for the adults? I believe there is. I might be wrong on that. But I know we have the pie eating.
Yes.
Did you ever do that?
No, but that's one thing I want to try someday.
We'll do it this year.
That's a good idea.
We'll bring a camera, and won't we, Ronnie? We'll see him eat strawberry pie. So those are some of the fun things, and then we have things for the seniors. So if you're a senior and you would like to find out what's going on with that, I believe the senior events, we're going to have the strawberry capping contest with the seniors. And oh my God, not only the ladies, the guys do that too. And they are fast with flipping those caps off of the berries.
Yes.
And they do a preliminary on Wednesday, and then the finals are on Friday. They also have domino and checker tournament. And they also have their own Lord and Lady.
Yes.
I don't know who they are yet, but this is a selection from your peers from the senior center, and they vote. So you don't know who's going to be the Lord or the Lady until Friday. They're crowned.
Yes, and Teresa Key does a wonderful job
does.
with those activities.
She works with that,
Yes.
and so there's just all kinds of things to do. We want to mention Gamble's Carnival, the Gamble Amusements will be downtown like they were set up last year, and they spread them out a little bit because now that we have the new Jawbone Park, we don't have quite as much space, but I think it works. It makes it nice and neat, and everybody can enjoy
it's a nice
it.
layout.
I especially like those little strawberry cars that they put up on the parking
Yes.
lot. Those are nice. And Gamble's has specifically chosen that design because they come every year to the Strawberry Festival. So they have designed and now have little strawberries that are little cars that go around, and the little ones can ride in that. And of course, they have the Ferris wheel, and they have food to eat, and they have games to play. And then we have the food court that's going on Spring Street. So if you're on Spring Street to the carnival, just go cross Main and go down to the food court, and they're going to be having some really neat things. I think Gary Cannell has done a really good job.
He does a great job with the vendors.
And they're from all over the United States, and there's somebody new that comes every year.
Right.
So those folks will be in, and he has some really good groups that are going to be performing there at the main stage. It's called the Food Court Midway, and that's where you'll want to head if you want to see entertainment and you want to have something to eat. I believe they start on Wednesday. Tuesday. Tuesday.
Yes.
It's a day earlier this year, so that will be in on Tuesday.
And let's not forget the kettle corn guy that's across the way.
Oh
here.
yes, everybody likes the kettle corn.
Yep.
And so we have a lot of things, and hopefully we're going to have some courthouse entertainment, and we want folks to participate in that.
Absolutely.
We don't charge you anything, but we don't pay you anything. It's just a good way to showcase your talents. So have we talked about that, or did we talk about the open case?
We can talk about the courthouse now. We're in the process of working to get some groups, and I think once we can get those confirmed, I think it will be a nice variety, and people will be glad to see. Hopefully we can get some of them that used to perform with us back and bring the traditions back with those. So I think it would be nice.
Yeah. And then also, do you want to talk a little bit about the Strawberry Idol?
Yes, our Strawberry Idol is sponsored graciously by Intelos. They do a great job. Deborah Wilson is the director of that, and she does a nice job as well. I believe there's a gospel night, a variety night, and then the finals night, which is on Saturday this year. And
the time has changed.
Yes.
It's 8:30 on Thursday night for gospel, 8:30 on Friday night for open case or open class of variety, whichever you want to call it.
And 8 o'clock on Friday night for the finals.
On Saturday night.
Saturday
night. And there's usually a nice check that goes to the winners. And there are two divisions. So if you're a youth, I'm not sure where the breakdown is with that, but we have a youth competition and an adult competition. And you need to pay $25 if you're entering either or both. So I think now's a good time to go get your application on the website. You can pull that off the website and mail it back to us. We usually, as long as there's space available, will take the applications for gospel and variety on Thursday and Friday night. So, but we thank Natellos again. We could not do this by ourselves.
Our festival could not happen without all the generous sponsors that we have out there.
And we're still needing sponsors for various things. Deborah Hupp is our director for sponsorships. If you need to get a hold of her, she just happens to be the person I think that answers our phone from the office. So you can call 304-472-9036. Say I'm interested in sponsoring something, and I need to talk to Deborah Hupp, and she will get back to you with that. I can't think of all the things that we have going on, but I just know that it's a good time for the family to get together and to plan on coming to the parades.
Yes.
You know, there's not many places, Michael, where you can go and sit down with your lawn chair and watch a parade free.
Right.
Because many places, even though you're along the parade route, they will charge you for a spot.
And it was a very nice quality parade, with the fact that our parade was voted the best parade in West Virginia for the 2014 season.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
And with Buckhannon being one of the top best little towns or little cities in all of the United States. We were the only one in West Virginia chosen for that. So if you happen to be watching the Strawberry Festival Strawberry Patches on YouTube, believe it or not, I have gotten calls from out of state saying, I saw the Strawberry Patch. So we are the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, located in Buckhannon, West Virginia, which is about 2 hours from Pittsburgh.
And 4 hours from Washington, D.C.
We're centrally located in the state of West Virginia. If you call our number, which is 304-472-9036, that will get into our office. And if you need more accommodation, referrals, and that kind of thing, you could call our Chamber of Commerce, and that's 304-472-1722. We will be having brochures. I think they're to come in on the 20th, so we'll be passing out brochures, and they're pretty accurate, I think, this year.
Nice design.
I want to put out a thank you to our sponsors for the brochure. That's the City of Buchanan, the County Commission, Chamber of Commerce, the CVB, and also the Development Authority. And I so much appreciate them footing the bill so we can have nice brochures that go
quality,
all
great
over the
brochures,
country and
yes.
out of the country,
Yes.
which is important as well. Again, what is our theme this year?
Strawberry Dreams is our theme for this year.
Have you been dreaming strawberry dreams?
Yes, since last June.
Since last June. And this, I'm not sure who the winners are. Do you have the names of the winners?
No,
I'm going to get that for
Yes.
the next show.
Yes.
We had two to put that particular theme in, a man and a woman.
Yes.
And one was local, and I think the other one was from out of town.
Out of town, yes.
And so Strawberry Dreams is something to think about if you're going to do a float or you're going to do something special with arts and crafts. I'm sure that the ladies in the CEO clubs will use that strawberry, I think they will, the
Yes.
Strawberry Dreams for their baskets that are auctioned off. So there's just a lot of things. And if you are a food person and you love to bake and you love to make special things, you can enter the recipe contest. And that's done by the CEO clubs, and it's held on Friday at the extension office, which is on, as you come in Buchanan on, was it West Main?
West Main, yes.
And if you have questions about that, you can again call our office. But you can enter whatever you do. It can be a salad, a dessert, whatever, but it can't have raw eggs in it.
Right.
So you can enter that, and maybe you'll win something special on your recipes. And usually we have the winning recipes in a recipe book that they
yes.
sell. So what else are we missing? Excuse me.
I'm not sure. What else? I think we've pretty much covered, but there are so many events that it's really hard to keep track
Well,
of.
we've covered the sports. We've covered entertainment. Parades.
Yes.
We have an antique car parade.
Yes, and that's at 12:30, right before our grand feature parade on Saturday morning. Which our grand feature parade will then proceed down Strawberry Lane at 1 o'clock with the theme Strawberry Dreams. We have our Junior Royalty Parade on Thursday, where we honor the children. It's actually Children's Day with the festival. We honor the children with a parade and all the different groups that come in from out of town, twirling groups, majorette groups, middle school marching bands, all kinds of different varieties of music and novelty groups.
And Friday?
Friday we have our Fireman's Parade that the Buchanan Fire Department takes care of. And of course, we have our own little section that goes through before, and I believe it starts at 6:30 with the Fireman's Parade starting at 7.
I want to put a plug in here for something special. For the last several of years, we've had WDTV to bring broadcasting so that we can go all over the place.
Yes.
And when I say all over the place, they added something special last year. If you have relatives that live out of town, or you live out of town and you would like to find it on YouTube, it is on May the 16th at 1 o'clock, and it's going to be streamed live.
Yes.
So if you have a computer, you can watch it live. We want to thank WDTV for all the help that they give us on that, and also want to put a plug in for MPL. They're our sponsor for the streaming.
Yes.
And we have one sponsor so far for a division of the parade, and that's the West Virginia Lottery. And we're expecting maybe 3 more divisions.
Yes. Hopefully we have 4 divisions this year.
And if you would like to sponsor a division of the Grand Feature Parade, please give us a call. So I think we've covered just about everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything we've forgotten. We want to remind folks that the pageant is on March the 28th and 29th. We have a Queen's Ball on May the 2nd.
Yes.
And I think, is the golf tournament still the 3rd, May the 3rd?
I'm pretty sure,
I
yes.
think, and then we again start back up on the 9th and go clear through the 17th. And you know what? We get sort of tired, don't we?
Yes. No sleep that week for us.
No, and if you see us on the street, be aware that some of us haven't had a lot of sleep, and we try to be as cheerful as we can, but sometimes we get pretty tired.
Yes.
And we may not look as happy as we normally should.
An extra pot of coffee will do wonders for us.
That's true. That's true. And it's a big job.
Yes.
It's a big job, and it takes more than just planning for this year. It started 2 years ago. You know, Lee Winters has been a big help in helping us get some really good groups for our Grand Feature Parade. And we're already working on the 75th, and I'll put a plug in for that. Our next meeting for the 75th committee for the planning of the big 75th anniversary of the West Virginia Strawberry Festival will be held at the Development Office, and that will be April the 13th at 6 o'clock. If that's something that interests you, please come out. That doesn't mean you have to work, but you might have some ideas. There might be something that you remembered that happened with the West Virginia Strawberry Festival that maybe is no longer available, or something new that you'd like to do. Or maybe you have some stories or pictures that you'd like to share from your family for the 75th. We're going to do special windows for that, and it's going to be a big celebration. So I would encourage you to come to that meeting on April the 13th. Michael, it's been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Getting acquainted with you. Of course, I've known you since you were a
I've
little
known
tight.
you, yes.
He goes to the same church that I do, and I remember when he and his sister were just little tots. So that makes me pretty old, but it's nice to see some of our young people get involved with the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, because we are getting older, many of the volunteers, and we need new people and new blood. So
and it's a very special festival that is just, it's different and unique from different festivals around the state. It's very special in the fact of all the traditions that have continued with the festival, and it's just a wonderful time for Buchanan and West Virginia.
Yeah. It was started in 1936 by the Lions Club, and Dr. Judson was working at Wesleyan, and he thought that we had the very best climate of any place in the United States for growing strawberries. And at one time they were sending out probably 5,000 quarts of berries a day by train going all over the country. So we don't have as many growers, but I'm really excited because some of our FFA members and 4-H groups are now getting involved, and we have a newer way to grow strawberries so that you can do them even though we don't have real nice warm weather in the spring. And there's various reasons why we have it the dates we do. It's not something that you arbitrarily plan, but you have to work with graduations. You have to work with the facilities that are available here. So there's many interesting things that make us do the things that we do when we do them, and we do them just for everybody to come and have a good time and to showcase Buchanan, because this is our town and we want people to come and visit. And so we invite you to come to the West Virginia Strawberry Festival, May the 9th through the 17th here in Buchanan, West Virginia. And again, if you have questions, call 1-304-472-9036. And what's our website?
www.wvstrawberryfestival.com.
And that will get you into see what some of the things are that are happening with the West Virginia Strawberry Festival. Thank you, Michael, for coming. What did you?
Thank you.
do have
Well,
some-
and I was going to say they can also check us out on Facebook at West Virginia Strawberry Festival. You can go to our page and you can like it, and then the festival will keep you updated with the current events going on and information throughout the year.
That's great. So you have several opportunities to plug into the West Virginia Strawberry Festival. The most important way to plug in is to come and join us.
Yes.
So we hope you do that. Until next time, I'm Carol Long. You have a nice evening, and don't forget that West Virginia Strawberry Festival, May the 9th through May the 17th, and thank you, Tenor Donato, for making this program possible.